Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we have the first update for the Deck of Panning Project Pan. Now this project was created by Emily and Max. I will always have her link down in the description along with her intro video explaining this project. But for a brief overview, this is a project revolving around a deck of cards and a game board of prompts. So whatever card you draw, that is the prompt that you pick an item from your collection and you set a usage goal or a completion goal. You kind of make this project work for you. So I will also link up in the cards and down below my intro video. So this is update number 1, and let's go ahead and get into it. It is a gloomy, rainy, cold day here in Florida, so I just have on a sweater today. I am just comfy. I have the day off for the upcoming holiday, and so I had time to sit down and film today. My eye look looks a whole lot more dramatic in person than under these lights. The lights really do wash out how dark and smoky this look really is. I ended up playing around with the Pat McGrath Darth Vader palette, and goodness, those shades are pigmented. But I am not here for my eyeshadow. I am here for Deck of Panning. So last month I did draw 5 cards, and I am happy to report that I have 3 rollouts. I kind of anticipated that, and I had said in past videos and even in other projects that I use this project really to like cycle through because I love drawing the cards. So let's go ahead and do we want to do rollouts first, or let's do progress? Because when we have our rollouts, then we're going to be drawing new cards. So let me go ahead and show you my progress. Just like in my intro, I'll have pictures and prompts and all sorts of stuff popping up on the screen, weights and usages and things like that. Let's go ahead and do my sunscreen. So this is the Paula's Choice Essential Glow Moisturizer Broad Spectrum SPF 30. This I drew in for the prompt Glowy, which was the 10 of hearts. And I mean, I've been using it every single day. We're getting smaller. This is something that I want to use up completely. It is going to take me a few months, but let me go ahead and get my book and I can tell you how many times I use this product. I have my Project Panning notebook here, and since I did roll in the sunscreen at the very beginning of this project, it looks like I have used it 27 times. So this is 27 uses, and it looks like we were at 76.95 for weights last month. Let me go ahead and turn my scale on and we'll see how much this weighs right now. And it looks like we are at 62.58 grams for this product. Again, I'll have all of my weights and measurements and differences because I'm not going to do the math in my head. But I'm making good progress on this. I anticipate having it in for a couple more months, but I really do love this sunscreen. And of course, I have my coffee today. This is the New Mexico mug from the Starbucks Traveling Collection. So, like I said, Florida decided that it was going to be winter again. I have no idea what happened with Groundhog's Day. I never actually looked into it to see if we're supposed to have more winter. But down here, we're having winter and storms. So I'm going to go ahead and drink some hot coffee, and then we'll move on to my next product. Next up, I did have my Pat McGrath and Bridgerton face palette. I drew this in for an oh the shame because I purchased this product late last year and I didn't really get a whole lot of use on it. So I decided to roll it in. I gave myself a 15 use goal, and let me look at my book and we'll see how many times I used this palette. So it looks like I used it 8 times since last update. So I'm halfway there. So I just have to use it another 7 times and that will get me to my goal. And I really feel like I'll be able to reach that in the next month. But for comparison, this is what we're looking like today. Let me try not to blind you with the mirror. But really, I've been reaching mostly for this shade in the middle. This shade is very bright and very pigmented, and while I do enjoy this color, I feel like I'll get more use out of this color in the like true spring and summer seasons, but really I've been loving reaching for this more neutral toned blush right there. So those were my two progress products. Let's go ahead and look at my rollouts. So first and foremost, I do have my Urban Decay eyeliner in Perversion. So it is done. It is tiny. I even had to do the trick where you put tape on the end, because once you get to the like really, really short, when you are trying to sharpen it, this metal part at the bottom starts spinning. So I had to put tape on that. I had to like use my pliers to kind of like grab onto it so I could actually sharpen it. So I did everything I could to go ahead and get every last bit out of this pencil. I did end up drawing this in for a Queen of Hearts, which was an easy peasy lemon squeezy, and I really do feel like it was easy. I did finish this within the first week of February. So that is rollout number 1. Next, we have the Briogeo Farewell Frizz. These are my markings from my previous project pan last year. It was down to here when we rolled it in last month, and then I did use up the rest of this product. I washed my hair last night and then let it air dry with some other products in there. This is my hair just the way it is. I don't know what to do with it. I hated my hair whenever I was in like high school. This was before like flat irons were a thing, if I'm dating myself. But it's just, I've learned to just embrace that my hair is wavy and curly and has cowlicks and does its own thing. But for this product, I liked it, but I don't feel like it did enough for my hair that I would repurchase this. I did end up getting this in a subscription box. There's a living proof product that I like a whole lot more than this. It's like the 5-in-1 styling best day ever, best day hair day ever, something like that. But I did like this while I had it. I always enjoy kind of getting products like this in subscription boxes, and I am also actually happy to have this out of my collection. Oh, I forgot to mention, this was for the 9 of diamonds, and it was a pick your space, so I picked Haircare. The last rollout that we have is my Soul Body Cream Bronzer. I did have a huge pan in this. There wasn't a whole lot left in this, so I knew that I was going to finish this up. I actually used it for the last time today while doing my makeup. So this was an 8 of diamonds for a cream product, and as I open it here, and it comes with, I always keep the little lid just because it keeps the cream fresh. So we are completely done. I ended up writing down how many total uses it took me to use this product. So I know last year I used it 133 times. I used it 26 times in between last update and this update. And then this was a total of 171 uses. So I don't use this product to bronze up my body. I only use it on my face. So I'm sure it would go a whole lot quicker if you were using it on your body. But if you are looking for a cream bronzer that does not break the bank, that you'll get 170 to 180 uses out of, I do recommend the Soul Body Cream Bronzer. I actually do have a backup of this in my drawer already that I will use once I've used up another cream bronzer. But this is something that has kind of reached Holy Grail status for me, and it's kind of like, it's a staple in my makeup routine. So now that we have gone through progress and rollouts, we do get to draw in 3 cards. I have my deck here, and let me look and see where the Joker is, just so I can show that I do still have 1 Joker in this deck. Oh, it was near the top. There's my Joker. So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle these a few times, and then we're going to pick our cards. So our cards are shuffled. I have the game board pulled up. I'm going to go ahead and cut the deck one more time, not looking, and then we're going to go ahead and draw our 3 cards. So card on the top is the 5 of Hearts. So this is a wild card. I don't know what that is, but she does have all the prompts on here. So let's see what a wild card is. So, oh, it's a free space. So I will get to pick whatever I want. All right, we'll have to see what we end up picking out for that one. So we have a wild card. Next card on the top is going to be 8 of diamonds. And this is a favorite color. Okay. I'm trying to think about, so my favorite color for the longest time has been purple. I have a lot of blue. My whole office is like that teal blue kind of color is what I've done in my office. But I would say truly, I feel like my favorite color is purple. So I will have to pick out something that is purple or purple packaging, something like that. So I'll have to think on that. But third card off the top is King of Spades. So any king that is black is a Splurge product. I'm guessing that means something that, of course, is a high-end or luxury item. Okay, so give me a moment. Let me search through my collection. So I am going to have something that is a splurge or a high-end, something that is my favorite color, and something that is whatever space I want. Give me a moment and I'll go get those products. All right, so I am back with my products. So let's go ahead and we'll do the Five of Hearts, which is our Wildcard product. So this is anything that I want to pick, and this actually kind of works out. Because I just finished up my cream bronzer, I did want to go ahead and roll in my next cream bronzer that I want to use up. So this is the Wet n Wild Contour Stick, and this is in the shade Oaks on You. So this, back in the day, everybody was comparing this to the Milk. Puppy dogs are upset that I locked them out. But this was kind of said to be a dupe or a good color match for the Milk Makeup Bronzer Stick in Baked. I did use up a mini of one of those back a couple years ago, and I have used up one of these in the past. But again, this will be my sole cream bronzer that I will be working on, and my goal is to finish it. I'll go ahead and I'll mark it in my project panning bullet journal, and I'll pop up a kind of a picture of where we're starting so that we can keep track. But my goal is to completely use this up. So our next card is the Eight of Diamonds, and that is a favorite color. So for that one, again, I'm drawing a lot of things from my like 23 and 23 list, and I'm pretty sure the bronzer stick is on there too, but so is this product. So what I'm pulling in is my NARS Velvet Lip Glide in Bound. This is a very purple color, and if I'm going to be using more things that are my favorite color, if I do more purple eye looks, if I do more cool tone looks, then I'm going to use this. I've started using this as a cream blush, and I already do have some windowing on it. So I'm curious on, I want to set a goal to finish this. If I use this for the next 3 months and there's no end in sight and I'm kind of bored with it, I want to give myself permission to roll it out. So I'm going to give myself a 3-month goal, but ultimately, if I can finish this in 3 months, using it both on my lips and on my cheeks, that would be what I would want for this product. Again, I will have it weighed and I will have pictures that pop up, but we'll go ahead and we'll roll this in for my favorite color, which is purple. Our last card is the King of Spades, and that is a Splurge product. So I have been talking about doing this in a couple videos, and I think this is the perfect prompt for it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll in my Natasha Denona Metropolis palette. This is the most expensive palette in my collection. So this is my biggest splurge. And I love this color story. But I don't reach for it as often as I would like to because of the way that I rotate through my palettes. But for this prompt, I want to do a no pan left behind on this palette. So I'll go ahead and I'll map this palette out in my bullet journal, and I'll check off shades when I have used them, but my goal is to use every shade in this palette. Let me count how many we have. So we have 28 shades in this palette. The blues will kind of maybe be a little bit more difficult for me to use just because it's not my favorite shade on my eyes, but maybe I can just do a blue look one day and knock those out. But the rest of the tones in here I'm going to absolutely love. So again, my goal for this palette to be able to roll it out is going to be a no pan left behind. I'm going to have to use every single shade in this palette. So that is my first update for Deck of Panning. I think for next month I'll be able to roll out the Pat McGrath face palette with my 15 uses. I don't see us having a whole bunch of other roll-ins next month. I don't see myself being able to use every pan in this palette before next update, but at least we will have one more roll-in next month. Thank you so much for watching this update. I hope that you guys are enjoying my content and enjoying my project pans. I'll have a bunch of stuff linked in the description box so that you can go watch other projects of my own, and also so that you can go see Emily's channel. I hope you subscribe for future updates. Thank you so much for watching. Leave me a comment down below if you're also doing this project, or if you have used up any of the products that I am currently working on. Leave me a good old thumbs up. It really does help. I really appreciate you guys, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye.